It's about his battle with addiction.
Yes, 100%. Yeah,
Okay.
battle with his spouse at that point, things like that. Which of course the record cover is one of the most iconic record covers that you could ever really look at. I mean, it's Layne Staley and his girlfriend at that time, and he made the actual record cover. And then Dan, you did find the letter that he actually sent to the record company saying, "Do not touch this."
Yeah, I sure did.
Is like, don't touch any of my artwork. Is exactly the way I want it. Don't mess with it. Don't play with it. Nothing. And it actually, like, I mean, for somebody to really kind of go into that and be like, I'm confident. In
it says, "Dearest Sony Columbia Art Department, here is the album cover. There are absolutely no, underlined twice, touch-ups / flaws, hyphen, or imperfections needed to be corrected or messed with. Please reproduce this for vinyl, compact, and cassette tape, but tape's crossed out, cassette as is, according to the correct size. Thank you much, Layne and Mad Season." And you can Google image, you can like look for this image on Google. It was pretty cool just to see it like handwritten out by Layne Staley. You know what I mean?
Because the original image is pretty haunting looking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a crazy looking image. But I mean, the way that he made it afterwards. I mean, here's the original image right there. You guys can look it up too, on the internets. But I mean, he really did just kind of went for broke on it, and it's one of those things. It's black and white. It's very simple. That art style is still very prevalent nowadays, in a way that whenever you see a lot of things, people emulate this thing.
Yeah,
it does kind of invoke a 1920s aesthetic,
like a gothic kind of a feel.
Yeah, I was thinking more in line of like the Metropolis-esque, but not quite.
Okay.
Just that 1920s. I'm just looking at it now.
Gothic Art Deco
kind
style.
of an Art Deco,
Yeah.
but only slightly invokes that sort of feeling to me just when I look at it.
Well, apparently, McCready says he sees a lot of people with the tattoo.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
You do see it a lot because people hold this record really, really dear to them.
Absolutely.
Being a
I
one-off.
guess that doesn't surprise me.
And with the lyrics too, a lot of people are affected by them.
Right.
Which now let's actually get into the songs, each one of them. So now when the record opens up with that bass line, that's killer. So simple, just you can have your stereo medium volume, and it just kind of creeps up on you and kind of gets
loud.
in there. Yeah, even if you got it loud, I mean, it's still not going to overpower you.
Right. It's a perfect wake-up song.
Yeah, and it's called "Wake Up." You know, it's the lyrics in this one. It's basically your love affair has got to go. Wake up! It's time to wake up. Your love affair has got to go for 10 long years. The leaves to rake up. That line right there, to me, I don't know why that one sticks with me. The leaves to rake up. And then you hit the one most powerful lyric in the whole song, "Slow suicide's no way to go." So, of course, he's talking about drug use.
Right.
At least that's what I think,
I'm 100% behind that.
Yeah.
Not drug use, but your description.
Yeah. And then he gets, then he gets into the cracks and lines for where you gave up. They make an easy man to read.
Right.
For all the times you let them bleed you. For little peace from God you plead. And the way he sings those lyrics in that part of it too, he is really just kind of invoking something else at that point. They're so powerful in that track. While there's still that blues guitar is going off in the back, and he's got the wah going, and it's just kind of just flowing throughout the whole thing. I mean, it's just a killer opening track. But then that line, "Slow suicide's no way to go." He's basically saying, I don't want to do this, but it's taken hold of me and I can't stop.
I think he's right there, like right off the bat, you get the tone set for the album.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You hit that, again, that ominous kind of, it's almost like a witchy tone. Maybe that's witchy to me. I don't know. Yeah. I could just see, again, that Art Deco goth, weird kind of, everything's black everywhere that you go. Right. It's just more, it's heavy to you. I mean, it's just a heavy feeling that they have for it. And not just, and the music's not heavy.
No.
Music is very, very nice.
I think that's what's amazing about that song.
Yes, it just kind of it grabs you in, and you're really good. And it basically says, "Wake up! It's time to wake up." So again, you listen to that, and slow suicide is no way to go. It's like it's time to wake up and give this up.
Yeah.
You know, you need to stop. But then he's screaming, you know, at some point, you know, but it's not like he's screaming to death, you know. He's just like, no. And that's in his for the little piece of from God you plead, you know, and you beg. Right. You know, it's just a crazy song. That goes into the second song, X-Ray Mind.
Yeah.
X-Ray Mind kind of turns a corner on that stuff too. It really kind of gets a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more rocking at that point. Yeah. You don't necessarily completely turn a corner, but you're starting to kind of go around in that circle again to kind of end up back.
Coming around the bend.
Yes. In a way.
End of the rainbow.
I like this song a lot too, because it really, I don't know, he just really, everything kind of clicks in this song too. It just really goes into a lot of, I don't know, deeper themes too. Having this lyric, so sit back and have a hysterical laugh at tiny holes, buy and trade men's souls. X-ray minds reads plenty, worth no more than pennies. You, they, it, or what have been fair. I thought, may you never free you from you or me. So it's like almost like a relationship with something that he just doesn't want to get rid of, you know. But at the same time, he does. Yeah. You know,
tiny holes.
Yeah. It's just again. Yeah. I mean, he's just
talking about, you know, what he's dealing with, which is cool.
Hire a spy.
He's trying to do something. You know?
He's doing something different with it. And I mean, he's really kind of again coming out, but that music again kind of hits you. It's just more of that scream and wailing with the guitar that he uses a lot, which is.
I think the music hides it. How do I want to say this? I think the music melds with the vocals and the singing pattern of Layne Staley. I don't know if that's a word or a way to describe what I'm trying to say. He can...
Maybe his cadence and
his phrasing.
Yeah, the way that he drops, you know, when he drops, what he drops, you know what I mean? Right. I don't know how to say that eloquently.
His
timing. There you go.
His vocal melodies with the timing of the track
absolutely
work well together. Yeah.
And I think that a lot of that hides the meaning of the song because you're also taking a journey with the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, to a lot of people that have like heard it like, oh yeah, I remember listening to that, or you know, I listened to this once. You know,
yeah. Sometimes the lyrics and the music can be separate in the experience. You know, like sometimes you're more memory to the words that are being spoken. Sometimes your memory's more attuned to maybe just the tune and the beats and the and the guitars.
This one, the whole thing grabs
it just melds so well. Like I was saying before, you know,
it pulls you in. You know, doesn't let go.
But I would compare that. Yeah, I would compare that to like a Pink Floyd, The Wall, or something. Not in the same respect of music, but the way that it takes you on a journey.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, not in a concept way.
Not in any sort of concept way.
Yeah.
Yes.
But more just kind of, this is something that grabs you from the very beginning.
Yeah, that's a good example because some people would remember Comfortably Numb, but maybe not the
rest of the record.
Right, sure.
Like, well, I mean, just the music part of it, but not necessarily like the lyrics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of the deeper meaning in the lyrics and especially with Layne Staley's kind of, it's definitely a unique, voice. So he's got a unique, and then you're saying with the timing, and like I was saying, the drums are so kind of subdued, I want to say.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about that a little bit more when we get down to Long Gone Day, but I really dig that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, you get to one of their most popular songs after this one, and that's River of Deceit.
Mm-hmm. Track 3, River of Deceit.
The way that guitar starts off in that one, I mean, that is a complete, just badass riff.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's complicated, but almost kind of just simple. You know, it's a I don't know the best way to describe it. Like, it's something that you will always remember.
Yeah.
You know, it sticks with you 100%. As soon as he starts playing it, you're like, oh, yeah, I've heard that one before.
Right.
Yeah, I know that one. But then his first line in that one is, "My pain is self-chosen."
Yep.
Which, again, he's hitting those themes. He's just figuring out different ways with all of these tracks to tell everybody the pain that he's going through.
It's repeated too often.
Yeah,
That's a repeated phrase.
At least I believe it to be.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Mm-hmm.
So the prophet says, and a lot of those words came from that book too.
Right.
That's weird. That book. Yeah.
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 And then the river of deceit pulls down. God, I mean, what else is there to say really about the track? Because mean, it has a slow build, and then it really pays off for you. It doesn't really let up, and it doesn't kind of give you a chance to, I don't know, dislike anything about it.
Right.
Because it has so many good faceted parts, and then it kind of comes back together at that riff at the very end. And again, the drums aren't overpowering.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
No matter which way you listen to it, they fit completely into that pocket, just like the bass. The bass.
Yeah, I really like the rhythm section. They work well together.
It's just a very, very smooth kind of. Let's not overdo it with any of these things. Let's just go out there and have a, I don't know, just let's invoke this feeling.
Right.
And again, I mean, he just repeats the down line, down, oh down, over and over and over again. It's just everything's just pulling him away from what he really likes. I mean, his whole life, everything. Then we get to, and that's the one that you've heard, of course, before I even get to the next song.
Right, that was the single we mentioned. Yeah.
That was one of the big singles that they had. And I remember that when that one was very popular, too. It was like, man, you heard that on all of the clear stations, clear channel radios.
Clear channel radio.
yeah. 90s grunge. You still hear it now. That's the one song that you hear the most on like classic rock stations.
Well, and that was their most popular song by far. I mean, that was like number 2 on the rock charts or something. Yeah, because they break them up. There's like mainstream and modern rock, and then I just thought there was like,
yeah, I know. There's so many alternative rock.
I don't like to genre my music if I can help it.
Yeah, especially this stuff right here. Well, I mean, you get to "I'm Above" after that. This is one where Lanigan sings on it too. And I mean, really, this one again continues in that same vein of everything. Kind of really, you're still sucked into everything.
Well, yeah, I think this one, at least my interpretation of this one, because I know he was going through some marital problems at this time, and I think it's a realization that even though he's in love with this person, he thinks of himself as above that situation, to be honest with you. That's what I see out of it. Claiming unconditional love.
Yeah. I'm above over you. I'm standing above, claiming unconditional love above. So yeah, whenever you're in the throes of drug addiction and you do have a partner with it, there's gonna be all kinds of crazy stuff that's happening at that time too.
Absolutely.
Because you're gonna be absolutely in love with that person. But you're also in love with somebody else too, and that's your drug.
Right.
And being above just all the pettiness of it, and you just want to live together.
Right.
Is one hell of a trip for everybody, especially on that. Even that line, "I've been blessed with eyes to see this. Behind the unwhole truth you hide, bite to remind the bitten, bigger mouth repaying tenfold wide." I mean, he's got a lot of really just like cool stuff inside there. And this is one of the ones that Lanigan was on too. "I'm Above."
Mm-hmm.
And Lanigan's got that really deep timbre on his voice.
Yeah. And I think it was funny because while I was researching this, I think just because I've seen him a lot more and more recently, but it was like a young him with long hair, and I was like, whoa, I remember him.
I lost you there.
The One Screaming Tree song everyone knows.
Everybody, of course. Not much else to say about this song except for just how profound the vocal tracks on this one were.
And I just really quickly say, anytime I say how I interpret a song, that does not mean that's how it was. My interpretation of where he was at in his life.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
I am not a psychologist.
No.
We weren't friends. I mean, I like all of these people, but they don't know who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, then you get into this next blues tune, Artificial Red.
Yeah.
You
Now,
really kind of
this is